So first, go ahead and open up the picture called school supplies. And I took this as a horizontal picture in our classroom. So we first need to rotate it. From a while back, we went to image rotation, 90 degrees counterclockwise. And then we're going to crop. We've done that in a previous lesson before as well. Choose the rectangular marquee tool. You're going to place a box around what you want to keep, cropping out all of that negative space, something like that. Image, crop. Now we're going to do what I always do to my indoor color pictures: image, adjustments, levels, auto, okay. That brightens it up a little bit, but we still have quite a bit of gray instead of white and lots of heavy shadows. We're going to work with curves today. Go to image, adjustments, curves. This white diagonal line represents your shadows and your dark colors down here on the bottom left, your midtones in the middle, and your whites and highlights on the top. We're going to slightly move the shadows and darker colors a little bit darker. When I did that, you'll notice that things like the black binder clips and the black on the hole punch got a little bit darker, just a little bit more contrast. So I've only moved that bar just a little bit, but we're going to move the whites and highlights quite a bit. As I move slowly to the left, and I'm going to go down and to the left just a little bit, you're going to see that the white really brightens up. We lose that texture of the background. We do want mostly a white solid background. And I don't want to go too far because it makes it unrealistic. So right about here, there we go. That looks a lot better. Make sure your curves bar looks like mine. I've only moved this dot just a little bit. This one I went down and to the left quite a bit. Then click OK. Now there's a little bit of cleanup left to do. To do that, we're going to use a tool called the Dodge tool. If you click and hold down over here, you're going to see one of three things: a black sucker, a hand, or a sponge. Click and hold it down and choose Dodge tool. Now, I'm going to make my selection area about this big. Remember to make your selection area bigger or smaller. You have brackets next to the letter P on the keyboard. The bracket furthest away makes the selection area bigger. The bracket next to the letter P makes it smaller. So I'm going to go right about that size, about the size of one of the openings on the scissors. And at the top, make sure you have highlights chosen. What this does is it brightens up the white highlights even more and gets rid of a lot of those shadows. I don't want you to spend a whole lot of time today on this part of the assignment. I just want you to understand the technique that when we click on the shadows, they start to disappear. And the more I click, the more this gets blended. For your individual picture, I want you to spend quite a bit of time on this part. For this practice assignment, though, I just want you to see how it works. The more I click, the more these shadows go away. Keep clicking until you understand this part of the assignment and that you've cleared off some of the shadows on the assignment. And once you've gotten about that far, let's try to get rid of at least the shadows on the binder clips. Now the ones underneath it, they're pretty dark. They're not 100% going to go away, but we have lightened them quite a bit. Once you've done that, File, Save As. Make sure it stays as a JPEG. You're going to call it School Supplies. School Supplies Done. Save it in your Photoshop Lessons folder and submit that on to Schoology.